Hello everyone, welcome back to Blackjack. Today we are here for a death battle. I think this should be interesting. It's Killua versus Misaka, who is a character I have never heard of. I found out she's from a certain magical index, a certain magical railgun, etc., etc. But, I've heard of that series, I have not heard of her. And, just so you know, my dad is going to be having a meeting, getting an estimate for something in about 5 minutes. So if you hear the doorbell, that's going to be what's going on. There we go.
Killua Zoldyck, Hunter x Hunter's prodigious lightning assassin.
Misaka Mikoto, Academy City's ace electric princess.
Question: what is more terrifying than the all-powerful crackling might of lightning?
Lightning in the hands of cocky, hyper-talented teenagers.
Yeah!
The worst combination. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Yeah!
The Zoldicks, a vicious family of assassins known the world over. So infamous for their killing techniques, a single photo of any member sells for millions.
How do they know
You
it's
don't
of
want to be
them?
the target of their next family outing. But like all families, there's bound to be a rebel.
As
Yeah,
was
of course.
the case with the middle child, Killua.
They seriously named him Kill? Hardcore.
Killua?
Well,
Yeah.
it might be a pun on the term kilowatt, but kill is apt, given he's
I
been
mean,
trained
you can be
in
both.
past tensing people since he was 3.
I'll say, at age 14, he was strong enough to
Oh
open
yeah,
a
he was taught by someone named Biscuit. Is this like a golden retriever?
64-ton door. Jeez, what kind of workout did his family put him through? Somehow it gave him
Why is he built like
skills,
that?
extendable claws, and rhythm echo, a technique that lets him fool people's senses with just his feet.
More accurately,
Cool,
by
cool.
manipulating the cadence of his footsteps, Killua can create an auditory illusion.
Super alloy yo-yos. Resistance to electricity, so that's going to be interesting. I imagine she has that too. High pain tolerance, how high? Bloodlust sensing. I love how they put skateboard as an arsenal.
Capable of tricking even extrasensory abilities.
Killua was a heck
Neat.
of a prodigy, but this
Rhythm Echo could affect Netero and Sub, Nen users who normally sense aura. Sub explicitly fell prey to the illusions, while Netero only evaded Killua's attack due to his superior speed and experience. Okay,
despite
interesting.
being able to effortlessly rip out hearts, his family still thought he wasn't cold-blooded enough.
Fed up,
He's
he
too
ran away.
erratic.
Not to the circus, but to the Hunter Association. An
thing.
association of people who hunt stuff. There he tested
Okay, a variety of hunters with a variety of goals and vocations, ranging from blacklist, treasure, and even ruin hunters. And ruined hunters, some more obscure music, sea poison, and even cute hunters. So you just hunt whatever
in
you
the
feel
hunter's
like?
exam and inevitably had gone head over heels for his new friend, Gon. Get it?
Oh, God, Wiz, are you still taking those waste-of-time improv classes?
Yes, and I think it's going pretty well.
Killua's family didn't like him making friends, so they sat him down and then calmly and politely tortured him mercilessly as punishment. It was only thanks to Gon that Killua finally convinced his old man to let him go out on adventures with it.
You would think, though, that having, friends and social skills and all that kind of stuff would make for a better assassin, because then you can better blend in any situation. And I mean, yeah, granted, it does leave you with attachments, but you can get attachments even without, anything like that. You could be attached to a place, you could be attached to an object, all that sort of thing.
His buddies.
But this change of heart was no act of compassion. Killua's father saw his freedom as just another step in molding him into a better killer. And in some ways, he was right. Through his adventures, Killua learned Nen, an invisible life force that...
Yeah, it's key. It's always key.
Actually, this one's a bit more complicated.
Awesome.
You see, Nen is utilized through 4 main principles. 10 for containing your aura while defending from physical and mental attacks.
All right.
Zetsu for relieving fatigue and masking your presence. Ren for bolstering strength and influencing emotions.
That's pretty standard so far.
And Hatsu, the unique way in which one's Nen is expressed. This comes in
All
many
right.
forms, but all fall into one of 6 types.
Okay, Enhancer strengthens and reinforces natural abilities. Transmuter changes the quality of aura. Conjurer materializes an object out of aura. Emitter shoots out or projects aura. Manipulator controls objects or living things. Specialist, unique distinctive aura.
Which represents
in some case, shit.
How
It's
proficient a
stuck
nen
behind
user is
that
at
line.
certain techniques.
So it's an RPG class system?
More like a hybrid class system, because most users actually fall somewhere between two categories,
Cool.
giving them differing degrees of proficiency. Techniques from these nen
Neat,
categories can even be further enhanced by adding rules to their use. Oh, then there are the advanced principles, which...
I've heard that
God,
this is a
okay, I
really
get it.
But we haven't even
detailed
talked about Killua's Hatsu yet.
and
Killua is
interesting
a transmuter
series as far as the
enhancer,
powers.
i.e. he specializes in transmuting his aura into different forms and enhancing the power of himself and others. He uses his aura to...
He makes lightning!
Yes, in Killua's hand, lightning becomes a...
Aura is invisible to normal humans. Transmuter abilities.
deadly weapon that he can fire down his...
Something bungee gum, which possesses the properties of both rubber and gum, remain invisible as well. Thus, Killua's electricity would be the
bolt,
same.
channel through his arms,
So that's
or
where
send
bungee
through
gum
metal
comes
objects.
Like his super alloy
Hisoka's
yo-yos.
okay.
These bad boys weigh up to 50 kilograms. See, that's how you make a pun, Wiz. Packing enough force to shatter trees like I just shattered Wiz's confidence.
Add in Killua's lightning, and he can electrify anyone who touches them.
And this isn't some magic-y schmagic-y lightning. His bolts have been identified as the real deal more than once.
Meaning, Killua is
Although
certainly
that
as
lightning
fast
caught
as
me off guard,
actual
just
lightning,
saying
especially
that.
when he uses it on himself to bust out Godspeed,
Oh,
a
neat.
form that greatly amplifies his agility and power, letting him bypass his synapses to reflexively react to threats.
For regular folk, that much
A fish,
voltage
huh?
would be too much. But thanks to Killua's trick,
Okay. Killua stated it is more of a tolerance than outright resistance or immunity. He still feels great pain, but that amount of voltage would still apply natural resistance to some degree.
he can shrug off over 1,000,000 volts of electricity.
He's also exceptionally crafty. In a nen fight, every move matters, and strategy almost always triumphs, even against greater strength.
Killua used these powers to
Okay. Ripped Illumi's needle out of his brain. Goodness. Out of his own brain or out of Illumi's brain? I kind of conjured dart instantly. Mr. Aluka from their family. 200th floor of Heaven's Arena. I'm assuming that's like some super fighting tower or something. Neat.
battle world-renowned thieves, bomber mercenaries, and ants.
That may not sound like much, but these chimera ants were brutal, murdering and eating people by the hundreds of thousands,
Neat.
then threatening billions. That reminds me of an old experiment. Gone horribly wrong.
Killua understandably wanted to bail, but Gon pulled him back in, much to his frustration.
Killua wanted to be there for Gon emotionally, but could not comprehend why he was risking so much against the chimera ants, going as far as becoming a monster.
In other words, Killua was crushing really hard, but didn't know what to do about Gon's simple-minded impulsiveness. It didn't end well for anyone.
It wasn't all
golly.
doom and gloom, though. Killua held his own against some of the chimera ants' best, surviving this forest-consuming blast from one of their captains.
Neat.
Which, judging by its size, was worth several kilotons.
And he later injured a top-ranking royal guard, Yuppie.
Sure, he ran for the hills the moment Godspeed wore off, and isn't as strong as the weird horseman, but even just damaging someone who can make a crater like this is nothing to sniff at.
But amidst all the
Cool,
fighting, Killua still could not get his family out of his mind. Literally.
As in, his brother, Illumi, put a needle in his head, forcing him to be controlled
All
by
right. Thank you for
self-preservation,
explaining.
ensuring he'd always run when victory isn't guaranteed. Wiz, you think you can
I
call
see.
CPS for that?
Thankfully, after some much-needed self-surgery and self-reflection, Killua removed it, overcoming his mental
Cool.
barrier and ready to risk his life for those he cherishes.
Neat.
Which he did when he finally got himself and his dear sister Aluka away from their demented family. He even brought Gon back from the brink of his creepy Nen coma.
But despite how
Neat.
valuable Gon
Awesome.
was as a friend, Killua realized his unhealthy dependence on him.
So he decided to travel with and protect Aluka, finally realizing what he wants to do for the rest of his life. Oh god, the tearful romantic parting!
Still, if Gon or Aluka ever
I
need help,
imagine that,
Killua is sure to
they
come
stay in
running.
touch.
Ready to Killua anyone dumb enough to mess with him or those he cares about.
Neat.
This episode is sponsored by
No, shut up.
Adam's supernatural ability.
Okay,
Academy City, a sprawling metropolis filled with schools where Espers train to master their supernatural abilities.
A bunch of schools?
Most of these youngins dream of rivaling the best Espers, but only a few are hardworking and
We all
smart
know
enough
the best
to do it.
Espers here.
Among them being Tokiwadai Middle School's Level 5 Electro Master, Misaka Mikoto.
Level 5? So she's a Pokemon, but an anime girl.
Wait, you say that, but there's a studio called Level 5 that you could have gone with.
Esper's power
Just
and
like
utility
vending
is
machines,
ranked,
okay.
with level 5 being the highest they can normally achieve.
And after working up to that level,
AKA
Misaka became
railgun, so
unstoppable.
she's the
She can
certain
magnetize
scientific
herself to
railgun?
metal, electrically enhance her physique, sense her surroundings through an electromagnetic radar, and generate billions of volts.
In addition, she can make iron sand from disparate particles in the air to form tornadoes, body decoys, or a sword that vibrates at rapid speeds for enhanced cutting power.
Just what an anime girl needs, a chainsaw. Man, if she gets serious.
Man. Lightning giant mode. Technopathy, electricity resistance. So they both have electricity resistance, yes. Body decoys, they both kind of have that. Bioelectricity manipulation, so she can manipulate the electricity in someone's body.
Misaka can even make a friggin' 6 million ton kaiju out of it.
With such tremendous power, Misaka put an end to many crimes, earning fear among criminals, admiration among her peers.
The Misaka's iron sand has no set density. Her kaiju is explicitly equally massive to the golem made of reinforced concrete she was fighting. Its size was determined by comparing it to surrounding buildings.
And lots of personal pride in her abilities. There was nothing she couldn't overcome.
Nothing except the bane of all tsunderes, a frizzy-haired, dumbass anime protagonist.
Enter Kamijo Toma,
oh, she's not the protagonist?
a level 0 nobody who Misaka could not harm, no matter how many times she tried.
Oh, I hate you, but I secretly love you, and it'll work out in the end. Shut up! But she'd have more than a dork like Toma to worry about. As amazing as Academy City is, it's more corrupt than New York real estate.
Yeah. Okay, in the original version of this, when she was showing that screen with all of those things with the person looking down in shock, it said those kids totally died or something like that.
Years ago, Misaka gave some shady scientists a sample of her DNA, being promised it'd help cure tons of fatal diseases.
Instead, they made tens of thousands of clones of her, sending them all to be slaughtered one by one.
Specifically against another level 5 and A-tier edgelord named Accelerator.
Do
By
they
farming
not
all
have
these clones,
the
they
same
hoped he would finally get enough EXP to become a mythic level 6. Is that seriously all it takes? How does this Esper stuff work?
Glad you asked. Espers represent the scientific side of the world, a side I'm so familiar with. All Espers possess an involuntary movement or AIM diffusion field that manifests their power, letting them consciously alter reality.
Changing reality with your mind. Isn't that just magic?
Au contraire, Boomstick, it's quite scientific. Look at Misaka's signature move, the railgun. Many real-life railguns use a set of parallel conductors to generate Lorentz force. By envisioning imaginary rails between herself and her target, Misaka can create a similar yet greater effect, accelerating the speed and kinetic force of a projectile, usually a coin, into a concussive bullet. It's
interesting.
Beautiful.
That almost sounds like Gambit from the X-Men. Interesting. Yeah.
It's science.
How long are you going to be nerding out over this?
Come on, this is like my one thing. Where was I? Oh yeah, thousands of dead clones. Traumatized by the endless slaughter, Misaka...
Okay, some statements claim the railgun fires at Mach 3, but this is inconsistent with its power output. It also outsped a Mach 20 missile and is described as superliminal, so it likely varies due to air resistance and Misaka's restraint. Alright, interesting. Okay, so you can't really get a consistent statement because canon shows it differing?
Felt enormous guilt. You see it all the time with horrific experiments.
Sure, buddy.
She worked for days to end the clone project, but concluded it would have to end with her sacrifice.
She was taking advantage of it.
But Toma butted in, giving Misaka the support she needed in her darkest hour, while also punching out albino Magneto with his Esper-proof fist.
Misaka had shouldered her burden for so long that she forgot how to rely on others. This wake-up call from her newfound crush was exactly what she needed.
But even with Accelerator decelerated, Misaka...
What exactly does she think her death would accomplish? Her, the people who made all of these clones already have her DNA, so it's not like that would change anything.
Kept fighting Academy City's underbelly, all to protect her friends and free her sister clones she befriended. She dealt with a lot...
Misaka's level 6 transmit... require the Misaka network, which was done against her will. She cannot assume those forms on her own, and a full transformation would kill her.
A lot of trouble on the way, but had the power to do it.
In her battle with a killer cyborg lady, Misaka conjured a city-spanning storm, which, by measuring the size of the cloud relative to the city, would require over 50 spanning storms.
Okay, that doesn't look like... It looks like it spans a portion of the city.
Which, by measuring the size of the cloud relative to the city, would require over 58 kilotons of energy to make.
Kilotons. She's also fought other level 5s, not just Accelerator.
Okay, launched 1,288 tons of steel at Mach 473, soloed 100 troops, comparable to Accelerator in speed, spontaneously invented the railgun, so I'm assuming that means she's quick thinking and good on her feet. Reacted to particle beams, but can she react to Particle Man, doing the things the particles can't? Never mind. It's not a Blackjack video without a musical interlude,
She got into a middle school beef with a snobby telepath, fought this explosive weirdo, and dodged particle beams from an unhinged Karen.
The electrons of which can accelerate to high
stop using Karen as an insult. All the Karens I've ever met are like the sweetest people. Like, one of my mom's friends named Karen came to my birthday party. She gave me a Setzer keychain that I had asked for on Etsy. She's like one of the sweetest people. And then people just like misuse this name so much. And it's like, at least when people say, like, use dick as an insult, it comes from a different origin than the word Richard, or than the name Richard. So, accelerated electrons are normally either a wave or particle. But Mugino's ability, I don't know. Okay, that's the woman there with the long hair. Forces them into an in-between state, maintaining both the relativistic speeds of a wave and concussive force of a particle. So, the scientific article here says that that's a real thing? Or is that like a, Oh, no, that wouldn't be from the anime. This is from decades ago.
Speeds.
It's no shock. Misaka's reactions are that fast, given her lightning has been stated to be light speed on 5 different occasions.
Neat.
More than just her powers, though, Misaka's greatest asset is her intellect.
It might not look it, but high-level espers constantly perform tons of nerd math.
Okay, so they both have the strategy overdoes raw strength thing going for them.
Just to make their powers work.
And understanding other powers has been just as vital to Misaka's survival. Take her bout with the magic Valkyrie, Brunhild.
Remember when Wiz said espers were the science side of the world? Well, these weirdos are packing the magic.
Nice.
A single mistake from Misaka could have meant death, but she still stalemated Brunhild.
Okay, the Brunhild's power varies, as apparently is commonplace in this series. It says she was unhindered against Misaka. And while Misaka was physically weaker, her abilities allowed her to remain competitive for an extended indecisive bout. Ah, okay. So the foes they're comparing them to are both foes that they didn't actually defeat. But that going as long as they did against them was still extraordinarily impressive.
Now, Brunhild was still stronger and faster, but it is impressive Misaka was able to harm a saint, who are normally only deployed against foes capable of leveling mountains. One such foe, Hell, froze one...
Acerola! That is Acerola!
100 kilometers of ocean.
You'd think this means Misaka can take on all sorts of magical baddies.
No.
But alas, the power creep says otherwise.
He's actually serious. When you're dealing with crazy magicians and magic gods, even a level 5 S...
During the New Testament and Genesis Testament light novels, Misaka used a mech suit called the anti-heart attachment. However, it is fairly divorced from her neural power set and currently destroyed. Okay. Makes sense. In his mind, she was something in need of protection. She was intensely dissatisfied with that.
Her struggles to keep up. Misaka valued her abilities so highly that she struggled to maintain her self-esteem when they weren't enough.
A shame Misaka cares so much about getting stronger when Toma appreciates her as a person first and foremost.
While certainly a flaw, that ever-persistent hard-headedness will also keep Misaka around, no matter the stakes.
So watch out, because this pint-sized 14-year-old is quite literally a walking railgun.
Nice.
This episode is sponsored by Family Training.
Shut.
All right, the combatants are set.
All
We've
right.
run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death
They're
battle!
both making the cat face. Okay, they both sound so good. Like, yeah, they both sound really interesting. They both have that tenacity. They both have the strategist mind. So the person my dad's meeting is here, so you don't have to worry about bell ringing. Remember that one time the smoke alarm went off? That was weird. People say that Misaka wins. They say that she absolutely trounces. I'm gonna guess that has to do with the city storm feat, rather than the forest ranking above the forest leveling feat. But they both sound really impressive. I don't always pick a winner.
Hey, that's mine. I've been looking for it all day. Give it here.
You want it? Come and get it.
Oh, God. Fight!
Coins, huh? I had a butler who used these.
Yeah.
Focus. It's a trick of sound, not sight. Gotcha.
Nice, nice. Oh, he's just walking in a circle around.
He's good at hand-to-hand. Better keep my distance.
She has stronger lightning. Gotta get in close. No problem.
Interesting. So, yeah, so they're able to recognize each other's strengths and their own weaknesses in those regards. So that's cool. Oh, yeah. Gosh, just how long are those yo-yos? Since the animation is a little stiff.
No time to break! Now's my chance.
Okay, so he also has a super form that he can take, but it doesn't last. And she cannot take her super form without the aid of considerable others and also will kill her. Did they get into how long his form lasts? Oh god. Yep, there's that.
Catch this!
It's gonna destroy her coin. Oh wow, okay. Oh, ride the lightning.
She's keeping this thing together with electromagnetism, meaning it can be disrupted.
Nice, nice. Oh.
Wait a minute.
Oh, hello.
Distance, 35 meters. Altitude, 45, 40, now.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. That better be the best damn coin in the world right there.
Angle, the electromagnetism, the science. It's...
All right, take a breather there, champ.
Whew. While Killua's assassin training made him a vicious threat,
so that's two battles in a row where the winners ended up flat on their back, right?
Abilities and know-how gave her the counter she needed in this mind-numbing battle of wits.
Killua could survive kilowatt-ton level blasts, and given some leeway, could scale to Yuppie, whose crater feat was worth 18 megatons of TNT.
Okay, Morel, to whom Killua scales, was able to block Yuppie's explosion while only at 35% power. Interesting. Even upscaling the result to 51 megatons based on this percentage, Misaka is still more powerful, yes.
Impressive, but the storm Misaka created beat anything Killua has done directly. And given similar scaling to Brunhild, who Misaka not only harmed but stalemated, her output could reach hundreds of megatons of TNT. Meaning, no matter which numbers are...
Machi, to whom Killua scales, can spin Nen threads long enough to circle the globe. Oh, Hunter x Hunter takes place on a larger planet. Okay, stated in Chapter 78. Assuming a 3-hour time frame, this required 400 kilotons of TNT. Interesting.
Used, Misaka would always have the advantage in raw electrical power.
No surprise there. Killua may have shrugged off a...
Misaka's electricity could shut down internal organs, allowing her to end the fight immediately. Likewise, Killua's electricity resistance primarily relates to pain tolerance, not targeted organ failure.
Billion volts of electricity, but Misaka can dish out and survive billions.
Still, both characters have contended with and harmed stronger opponents, and the two power systems they work under have allowed weaker opponents to defeat stronger ones in the past.
So,
yeah, I thought that was a very interesting parallel that they drew there. That And you know, in this scene right here that they're showing, the two of them recognize the other's strengths as compared to their own weaknesses, and I thought that was a really interesting touch.
Either a win. Plus, Killua was way better at hand-to-hand and physically stronger.
Knowing his crafty assassin skills, things could have gone south for Misaka if she wasn't careful.
But fortunately for the railgun, she was. Her fight with Brunhild shows she knows how to deal with tough, up-close threats while keeping her distance.
And being able to...
Okay, both Hunter x Hunter and Index have statements suggesting most characters cannot surpass the speed of sound, or these are repeatedly contradicted by various other feats and statements. Okay, I want to know, though, the thing with the heart. Was that, like, one of her doubles or something?
Dodge particle
she
beams
was on the ground.
Misaka was more than fast enough to react to even Killua's lightning-quick speed.
Add to that her bigger pool of powers, and she had...
Misaka's greater power and resistance to mental attacks and paralysis would allow her to resist the effects Nen has on weaker non-Nen users. I see. Okay. Alright.
Plenty of ways to counter Rhythm Echo, since Killua's lightning, or just pin him in place.
Okay. Killua is physically stronger, better at close range, but too slow to close the gap. Can't survive her full power and has a straightforward arsenal. Misaka is more powerful electricity, faster reaction attack speed, better at long range, more versatile abilities and counters, but she can't compete in hand-to-hand.
Long enough to pull off a railgun finisher. Killua was strong, but he wasn't gonna outmuscle 6 million tons of iron sand.
Killua was a prodigy in all things Nen, lightning, and killing, but Misaka's varied electro powers, quick reflexes, and scientific brilliance let her cash in a win.
But hey, at least she let Killua keep the change. She Killua'd him.
The winner is Misaka Mikoto.
No, she got the change.
Thanks for watching.
Let me see. Killua is Giselle Fernandez, or Giselle, and Misaka is Finty Kelly Lowe. Good job, both of you.
Tuned, we have a new death battle releasing every 2 weeks this year. And click the join button to get new perks and extra content. Planet level members even see death battles before anyone else.
What kind of character do you think I would play? Okay, let me see. Oh my god! Netflix gonna... Oh my god! Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's nice. Oh man. Well, okay. Again, I thought that the characters' personalities came through pretty well. Would they be so petty as to fight over a coin? I don't know. It's death battles. There's always allowances for things like that. They're also both, like, idiot middle schoolers with, idiot middle school. I don't care how smart you were in middle school. I don't care if you're the kind of person who could get your doctorate in middle school. You were an idiot in middle school, okay? I was an idiot in middle school, and I was on the honor roll constantly. Yeah, everyone is an idiot in middle school, okay? uh, So yes, like I said, I liked how the characters were able to reflect on themselves as well as the opponent. Like, realizing that, they have weaknesses. They don't, they're not perfect. They're not, indestructible beings. So even being, again, aforementioned, idiot middle schoolers, well, I guess, didn't it say they're 14? So that would make them young high schoolers. I don't know. Who is the youngest character that's ever been on Death Battle? It's probably like some sort of robot, right? Who was just built. I mean, like, Fulgor could be like less than a year old, right? Not the person he draws data from, but like actual, yeah. I don't know. That would be interesting to look up. And then, I mean, oldest is hard. There's like characters that are older than the known universe, so. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I like that. The ending was a little confusing to me. So he like rips her heart out, but it's not actually her. And so like she's on the ground. So, but I don't think she would use one of her clones that way. And like the heart transformed into something that took him over and like sent spikes all through him and shit. And then that didn't kill him. She had to blow him up with a railgun to do that. So yeah, I think if someone would be so kind as to explain that to me in the comments, I would be very grateful. You can make it my birthday present, my birthday being less than a week ago. It was last Tuesday. I'm so used to saying you can make it my birthday present around like E3, and then there is no more E3, so it's kind of like... Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna record more Tears of the Kingdom. I think. I'm gonna have a nice day of playing games. When my mom gets home, we might be playing some Munchkin, provided she's not too tired. My mom works 12-hour shifts. She only works 3 days a week, but 12-hour shifts, my God. And she's like an administrator at a hospital, so she's always busy. I can't do that, you know? No, I just couldn't do that. God. By the way, just apropos of nothing, you want to see something funny? Well, not funny, but like this picture. Look, that's me and my little sister. I'm the one in blue. Look at that. Look how, I mean, you're getting the reflection from the... Look at that. Look at my hair. Look at my doofy, puffy face. I mean, my face is puffy now because I'm really fat, but... Yeah, but I've always had really nice hair. Like, you can't tell because I usually wear it back, but it's always quite silky and... I mean, it needs a little wash now, but yeah. I always have to go through a whole bunch of these that they get hair all over them. Anyway, I have just gotten wildly distracted. Because I've been recording out of this office. There's still this map of Oregon under me that I keep looking at. That's like there's a town called Crooked. Anyway, Stitch versus Rocket is going to be really, really weird. I mean, they are interesting. In many different ways. My gosh. Yeah, my friend Netbag is going to... Rocket Raccoon is one of her favorite characters ever. She went into... Okay, so spoilers for the most recent Guardians of the Galaxy. She went into that movie. And she sent me a few texts like, I just know he's gonna die. I just know he's gonna die. I have to make peace with that he's going to die. And then she, like, a few hours later, she's like, not only did he not die, he's their new leader. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and this is all gonna have been a dream. So I texted her the next morning and it was like, so, how's that dream of yours holding up? And she's like, okay. Well, I will see you guys in 2 weeks, or alternately, I will see you guys in, at noon Pacific tomorrow for more Tears of the Kingdom. Or alternately, I could upload a parrot video at any given time. Anything is possible. At Flying Rhino Junior High. Anyone remember that show? Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna shut up. I am going to shut up. I am Blackjack Gabiani, and I am going to shut up.